The best of Steam Greenlight trailers is probably the second most popular playlist I do on this channel. I take trailers from Steam Greenlight, games that are hoping to get greenlit, and more or less examine how not to sell a game. There are some amazing trailers out there, and I commentate over them and point out exactly what's wrong with them, and usually follow it up by looking at the description and the general response to it. I looked at a game called Skateman Intense Rescue recently, and, well, it has to be seen to be believed. And the following reaction from the developer afterwards also has to be seen to be believed. It is another Steam story, and this one is a real popcorn earner, so enjoy.
Sticking life on the line. Any mistake of the venoms will kill you. They come in numbers.
A few days after the Skateman video came up, Digpex Games removed all evidence of it from Steam Greenlight. At the same time, I was notified that Digpex had filed a copyright claim against me and removed the video from my channel. Now, this is different from Content ID, where automated systems seize your ad revenue. This was deliberately filed by the dev in a way that censors the video completely and also fucks with my channel in a number of ways. I get locked out of YouTube until I attend a patronizing copyright school. Various restrictions are imposed on my channel. It's just a whole fucking mess of someone screwing with my goddamn work. We've been here before, of course. Cobra Studio did it to me, the Slaughtering Grounds' Digital Homicide did it to me. Whatever Digpex's reason, it seemed stupid and also shady, given how the game itself was pulled too. I tried to think the best of it though. Maybe the dev just cancelled its game and wielded a sledgehammer instead of a scalpel. But then, this story elevated beyond a simple copyright strike as the developer showed its true colour. Kotaku's Patrick Klepek had followed the situation and interviewed me about it, where I more or less explained the above and why these takedowns are bullshit. Meanwhile, he also reached out to Digpex Games, who furnished him with a response that could only be described as holy fucking shit. I have the full statement here as it was provided to me for rebuttal, and it's well worth listening to in its entirety because this alleged studio is high as a fucking kite. It's about time somebody stop that stupid guy. I've seen all his video he is enjoying making money from is from Steam Greenlight, and Greenlight videos are from poor indie guys or new companies who have little to defend themselves. Almost all of Greenlight projects are still under development, the developers are still working on it, so if you have something to say about it, is okay, add your comment at Steam just like other Steam members do. I am not scared about critics of my projects because as developer, you need that, is clear that. That is not what he is doing. There is more already released games at Steam he can review. Instead, he chose Greenlight, but I can't stand people who are using poor, weak developers for money. He just used 30 seconds, download your Steam Greenlight video, then use 5 minutes, add some funny stuff to it. Booyah! That's all he have to do. Next is sit and watch his little followers watch and enjoy and he makes money. Why he don't review Call of Duty and Son of Rome or most of the games that have been released by Steam? He is looking for the loopholes, the weak once, the once no matter what you will find something about it because he's not dumb. I know he got the law on his side and his little followers, some of the Greenlight developers too have contacted me that's saying that does how he do use the law and he will get the video back running. But that does not mean he will continue to enjoy the hard work of the indie game developers' videos forever. So thanks for your concern and don't worry about us, worry about yourself. He might be a king to you, but he is shit to me. You can always bully people, but one day you meet the wrong one. And please do not reply because we are not interested about your concern and communication. In essence, this incredibly bitter little diatribe over a video that wasn't even particularly mean-spirited betrayed the real reason for the developer's use of the takedown. It knew the claim was spurious. It knew it wouldn't win in the long run. It literally abused YouTube's copyright system in order to make a spiteful point, in an attempt to send a message that I must be stopped, in order to get a platform to issue threats. This developer, who just wielded copyright law like a weapon in order to silence a critic it didn't like, had the sheer shitting nerve to talk of bullies, as if this fucking coward was somehow better. This coward with no social media presence, who didn't have to attach his name to anything public, who can safely hurl insults and accusations and censorship from anonymous safety like the nasty little craven he is, all in the name of protecting the poor, weak developers who cobble together a few store-bought Unity assets and charge anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks for the privilege of playing their broken, half-baked, wretched shit. I contacted YouTube shortly after Digpex Games admitted it was basically exploiting the system, and YouTube, in typical YouTube fashion, did fuck all. It took a few days, then replied with a boilerplate email telling me what I could do to fight a copyright strike. The same email it sent when I first got the strike, which was kind of patronising and insulting. Even when shown its system is being abused, YouTube doesn't care. At any rate, I'd already counterclaimed the takedown, and within 14 business days I got the video back. Because the only way to keep the video down after that is to see me in court, and let's face it, these malicious cowards never take it that far, because YouTube currently allows them to silence a critic for over 2 weeks without any fucking consequence. There's no risk in fucking with a critic's revenue and channel for that long, and no punishment for when they inevitably fail to follow through. And of course they won't actually escalate it to legal action, because that's when they finally incur some fucking risk themselves, and lordy lord knows they don't want to have the goddamn cocking spine to roll the dice. This has happened to me 3 times now, and to other YouTube folks God knows how many other times, and I will continue to make a big deal out of it even as others start to roll their eyes and treat it with the banality that comes with familiarity, because it's not banal, it's always shitty when it happens, and it always deserves to be treated with the same contempt and disgust as with the first time it ever happened, because it's not me who has to be stopped, it's these malingering invertebrates who think having less money than EA should give them a free pass from critique, failing to realise that the moment you start trying to sell something, you damn fucking right it deserves to be criticised, especially if it's a bug-riddled Frankenstein's monster of pre-packaged assets hammered together by a bunch of giggling fucking chimps. I got my video back, but it was not a victory for me, until these chicken-livered peddlers of defective detritus are put on a leash and are no longer allowed to anonymously lash out at critics they don't like without any form of consequence. We don't win. It's become clear to me that studios with nothing to lose because they never had prospects worth shit to begin with will continue to pull stuff like this, and will always get away with it. But contrary to what Digpex wants, I have one thing in common with those devs. I won't fucking stop either. I am here and I will continue, and you can try to stop me, but you'd have a better chance developing a video game that actually works properly before you achieve that little feat. So, weird situation. In fact, I'm not entirely unconvinced that the game wasn't set up hastily as some sort of bait to initiate this exact situation. To what end, I don't know. I mean, you've inconvenienced me a bit. Well done, I'm sure your parents are proud. But, you know, life moves on, I'm perfectly fine. And you are now rendered a joke, so well done you. I do have one thing to say though to Digpex Games, and indeed any other developer that thinks this is the correct course of action. Okay, now let me clue you in. You say I am no king, and that's true. I am but a human. You are but humans. We're born, we live, we will die one day. But here's the difference between you and I. Okay? Now when people think of Jim Sterling, they think of Jim Sterling. When people think of your shitty 2-bit games, they think of Jim Sterling. You see, whatever meagre misery of a legacy you could have hoped to attain, it has now been rendered unto me, okay? You belong to me now. You are but a trinket, but an ornament to go on the shelf next to Cobra Studio, next to the Slaughtering Grounds guys. You are mine. So I hope you enjoy that, because I'm Jim fucking Sterling's son. You can't stop me, and if you have a problem with that, you are cordially invited to eat my pussy. Thank God for me. Thank God for me.